All right, first stop. We're up here by Alamo. 15 miles out of Alamo, we'll get gasoline. I kept on thinking, okay, we're gonna stop in St. George and get gas, but we're not going that way. Forgot all about that shit. Shut that off. Everything looks good. Let's see here, bike. Bike's as solid as a rock. These bags, solid as rocks. Cotton canopy, solid as a rock. Generator, solid as a rock. Generator won't even ever have to be taken off unless you get a flat tire, of course. Now the only problem I'm having here is we don't want anything touching this bike. You can see I got plenty of space here right now, but what we're going to do is we're going to take a we're gonna go inside here. I know I got a couple extra tied I know we've got, I always take a couple extra tie down straps. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna kind of like pull, you know, I know there was a dude. I know there was a family guy, right? He didn't like this vehicle because it was hard to get his kid in and out. And I can see that because these doors, they don't open a lot. Now, we're not going to make this too fancy. Anything rubbing against our, we need a bigger one of these. We don't want anything rubbing against our $30,000 fucking Beamer there, okay? I've got stuff with there inside that bag there, and I'm not going to go in there and get it. Bigger loops. I got bigger loops than this. But I'm not going in and get it. Let's see if we can do it here. Oh man. So we got to make something. We just got to tie that end over. May not even need a strap on it. We just don't want it rubbing against. You go on a long trip and you don't want anything rubbing against your fucking bike. You know, it's just not prim and proper. I don't think we need a tie down. We just need this little old boy here. Take this little fucker here. Stick it through here. And then it'll just loop through like that. And then we're going to take that little old boy. We are not going to be scientific about this. front tire ain't going nowhere. I'm just gonna tie it. And tie it again. Like I said, all we're trying to do, these things expand too, so we don't want anything touching this bike. That bike right there has its own space. You can see that this bike, all of these straps touch nothing. These ratchet clamps touch nothing. This right here, these are a little tight. You really don't want your straps on your handlebars too tight. You just want them loose. You can see that we put a protective rag so we don't scratch our carbon fiber wheels. We did that in the front. These are 2 wheel straps. Those 2 wheel straps will keep that bike on that trailer. Geo Peepee. And you can see that this is a lock that goes through the swing arm here, and this is a lock that goes around the, not around the frame, but around the mesh of the trailer. A couple of small cable locks on the generator, just to keep honest people honest. We do have a lock right here. It locks this bike to this bike, okay? So you can't take either one of them. And then Trixie, she's locked right here to this front wheel chuck. So you can run into the store, nothing's gonna happen to your gear. Of course, the dirt bike, we got it swung over. This trailer comes with this extra piece right here. I wasn't sure it was going to come into play, but I did put it on, and we did tie wire the pins that hold this plate on. So, I mean, they're not going to come off, but you don't want anybody to pull them off either. And of course, the dirt bike is also locked on with a U-lock right here. So you can't just take off with it, you know what I'm saying? These tie downs are solid. And one thing I did want to do, we're going to put this towel back in the Jeep. Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. It happens to the best of us. We are going to put a safety strap, if you will, on this bike. Now, you can see that these tie downs, these are very solid. Then of course you got the tie down for the front handlebars. This is loose. Those tie downs don't really do anything. They're just there for emotional support. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. Just add a little extra safety line to this bike should all hell break loose, which isn't going to happen. There's another one of these. We don't need this one on there. I like having these straps like this. We're going to figure out how to put a safety strap on this street bike so it doesn't, should hell break loose, it ain't gonna go nowhere. That street bike has its own little spot. Nothing touches it. Okay, so this This bag right here is just touching the tire. So I can live with that. It's not touching the rim at all. It is touching the tire, but we can live with that. Damn, man. There's the safety strap. And what we will do is we will just take this safety strap. There's a nice little hook spot here. It's gonna be better for me to do this down here. Strap right there ain't going nowhere, guys. Okay. We'll take a step back. It's just a safety strap. Should all shit go sideways. That's all it is. Okay, so you got that. Then we're gonna take this one, put it through the other way. That. That's that. I'm just going to take this, tie it. These untie quite easily. And what you end up right there with, essentially, is a safety strap. Should all shit go sideways. Now, you gotta love it when a plan comes together, gentlemen. Looks like the rear tires might need a little air. What do you say we break out that little old fucking air compressor that we bought last minute? See if it kicks some ass. Okay, we got it set for 42. This will be my first time trying this son of a bitch. Okay, we got 36. These normally take 50, but as long as they've got 40 PSI, I'll be happy. There's about 36 PSI in there, provided this gauge is on. Okay, it's PSI, okay. We put in about 40. You don't need to have 50 in there. 40 is very, very satisfactory. Pisses me off that I lost the valve cap for over there. I do have an extra one, so we'll put it on. These tires weren't too bad, but they were a little low. So we're gonna put 40 in it. Somehow the light came on. I pressed the button somewhere, it's on. Which can come in handy, but certainly not right now. We'll put this one at 42-ish. I had to make sure that it was on PSI, and it is, right there. Now I do have, I would like to check the accuracy of this. But I don't have that. Let me see if I can shut this fucking light off. Okay. Work pretty good. It's mostly for the dirt bike and the mountain bikes. Once you fill the trailers up, you're good for the trip. And of course the tires on the Jeep, they don't leak air. Man, if this had to put 10 pounds inside of one of those tires, I gotta tell you, I don't know what would happen. But we do have to get a valve cap for that little beast, and we will. Hey, you want to check your front rear tire? Let's do it. See how the valve stem is right here? Okay. Mode. I pushed it on a different mode. We do want to have 42 in these tires. I will check them with a tire pressure gauge later. I have it, but it's way deep inside of my system. One of my bag bins. And we'll get that out and we'll get it accessible later. I put 42, and so I don't forget, I write it down right here. I sleep very good at night, gentlemen, and I don't want to have to remember what this is or what that is. As long as this is accurate, within a couple of pounds, I'm a very happy camper. I've already set this to automatically shut off at 42, which is the trailer tire and these tires, the bike tires. Now I'll put air in the front tire here too, as long as I can reach it. I hope I can reach it comfortably. It may be in a bad spot. It's right here. It's kind of in a bad spot, but I prefer an easier spot than that. But if I don't do it, I may forget. Make sure that valve cap is nice and tight. On PSI. This too, I wanted it at 42. I've written it down. I sleep real well at night, gentlemen. I wish that was in a better spot, but we're able to get it done. I knew these tires would be low because I haven't checked them for several months. Like I said, I will put a tire pressure gauge on these later to make sure that the tire pressure gauge matches this. Tell you what, guys, there's easier ways to put that shit on than that. Can't get my hand in there. And I don't want to drop it. There we go. I dropped it. It blends in with the road. It blends in with the road rock. I'll take one more stab at it if I can get it on. If I can't, I'll put it in the drink holder, get it later. There we go. Fuck. I got access to this bike. I'll put air in there too. I know these are low. This one's easy compared to the... Must be oh boy, I dropped it. You ain't gonna get that one back. You ain't gonna get that back, bro. And it's gone forever. Fuck. I see it right there. Okay, this is the last tire that I'm going to do. Okay, this one here is a different mode. 15. I got 15 set for these tires. Wouldn't do you good enough. Now I see that valve cap and I want it, so now it's just a question of getting the proper prim and proper tool to slide it out. This is it. Maybe. Don't do this shit here. To do it, I just wanted to test that thing and I did. Okay, great. You shouldn't be doing this kind of shit like this. You should be doing it when it's accessible. So we're not even going to attempt doing it anymore. We're going to power this down. And it would have been nice to run a test to see how many tires you can pump up and shit. We're going to keep it halfway out of the bag so it keeps dry. Or cool, I mean. Did I say dry? And cool. And we've got a nice little surprise in here for us this morning. It's a fudge-loving new donut. We'll eat that right now. Oh, we did take a couple extra cords, power cords. We're going to plug those into our system right now. They say that here's extra power cords. They say that you can plug that compressor into they say that you can plug it into a your Jeep here, but I'm not going to risk it. I did that with the Yon 2 and it broke it. You can't eat this. You can see my plate vibrated off. That can be a problem here. There are some trails. There is a trail I want to ride. And I have to drive about 7 miles down the highway to get to it. Well, that compressor it did fill up one bike tire, and it filled up 2 trailer tires, 10 pounds in each trailer tire. Or maybe not 10 pounds, maybe 5 pounds. And it did put in air into a tire, bicycle tire, that was down to 8 pounds to 14 pounds. It is much more portable than my other Yon 2 compressor. Like I said, we will check those 2 tires before we ride it with you can't have chocolate. But dudes, come on, man. You've got to love it when a plan comes together. Do you know how much thought and engineering went into something like this? You know, to be able to turn a triple rail trailer into a quadruple rail trailer. A lot of planning, a lot of preparation. This is a 2,000 pound capacity trailer. I don't want to put this on a trailer. That's how you fucking lose shit. The coffee cup. This is a 2,000 pound capacity trailer. The trailer weighs 500 pounds. The dirt bike, just approximate numbers, and the street bike, that's about 700 pounds. So that's about 1,200 pounds. These 2 bikes and this compressor, that's about 200 pounds. So that's about 1,400 pounds. And then I got 70 pounds of fuel there. So let's figure 1,500 pounds. And the 2 bags, I would say they're 200 pounds. And the spare tire. So you got a 2,000 capacity pound trailer with about 1,800 pounds on it. Gentlemen, I can live with that. Okay, we just stopped here to do a load check. Let the dog go out peeing, take a pee and stuff. Now we got to figure out where we put this lid. found it. Don't ever put shit on the trailer. Never put shit on the trailer, ever. Loose stuff. Never put loose stuff on the trailer. It's a recipe for disaster. I put one of these U-locks, I rested it on the trailer when I was doing a load up. Forgot it. It fell off. I drove 50 miles and I realized, oh fuck. I drove 50 miles back trying to find it. It's this one. I went to my campsite and there was about maybe a half mile of dirt road that I thought it fell off on, and it didn't fall off there. Then I drove from my campsite real slow along the dirt road. Trying to find it, couldn't find it. Then the next stop I went to was the gas station, which was about we're gonna load the dog up in the back here. I'm gonna make some more room for him. We're gonna load him up in the back. Now he ain't gonna stay back here. But what I want him to learn is he has the option to come back here, because this can be more comfortable right here than laying where he's laying, you know what I'm saying? He may want to come back here as an option. So I'm gonna load him in the back here right now, but he won't stay there. He'll come back into the front seat. But what he will learn is he has an option. He'll learn that he has an option of either sitting in the back or the front, but this has got to be slid forward just a little bit so he can squeeze through there, because I know he's going to come back to the front seat. But I want, and I'll make, if he stays back there, I will make it so that it's, oh, I got an extra set of brake pads for my fat bike. I've got to get an extra set of brake pads for my my other bike. I'm trying to get all that chocolate off my hands. Now we put our coffee back here. Take a nice little drink of water. Now, I know he ain't gonna want to stay there, okay? But he'll have the option of coming in the front seat. Ready? Ready? Come on, buddy. Time yourself. Time it. You can go in the front if you want. It's my fault. I gotta get him. He's ready to jump right away, so you gotta be ready to fucking get him right away. We need this chain, can't leave it. You have the option of coming in the front. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell you what, brothers, you gotta love it when a plan comes together. That's a lot of fucking shit there for a dude. Come on. Come on. There you go. He came to the front seat. He has the option. The front seat can be very uncomfortable for this dog because it's kind of small. He does it in my Tesla all the time. He's laying in the front seat and then sometimes he wants to go to the back seat. So that's what he does. He goes all the way to the back seat. Now we're going to tighten this up a little bit so he can come back here and have more room to lay down. You follow me, guys? He has options, is what I'm saying. He can either lay in the front or the back. And his water, his water bowl is right there, so we always keep it full. So he's got plenty of room to come through here, and he can lay right here. This is very much, I'll clear a lot of this shit out of his way. He'll even have more room here. So I'm not going to do it right now. This morning we were in a hurry to go last night, so I just threw everything inside the Jeep. But you can see we tied the fuel cells over. I don't want anything rubbing on this $30,000 piece of equipment. This bike is loaded here. There's nothing touching it or bothering it. And you can see that most rocks that get flung up from the rear tire, they miss it. So it's possible that it can get hit by a rock, sure. But that's just the nature of the beast. We can't avoid that. And like I said, there's items in here, but they're not touching the rim. They are touching the tire, but not the rim. So I can live with that. The next time we load this bag on, we'll, you can see the ramp. The ramp is underneath it. So I'll try to kick that ramp over so that this leans more against this bike than this. Like I said, it's just touching the tire. I can live with that. Okay, that's it for this. We're gonna get on our way. We just stopped for a little coffee break, stretch break, first pee break for the dog. And that's it for this video.